How do? I thought I'd make a little video, say a few words about the idea of stepping up to all grain brewing. If you're somebody who has dabbled with the brewing, somebody who's bought those kits, the tins of worts, the results you're going to get are going to be fairly limited in terms of really lovely drinkable beer, in my opinion, compared to all grain brewing. If you were to step up to all grain brewing, you have a lot more control. You've got control over the mash, how long you mash for, how hot the temperature you mashed at. You've got control over the boil, how long you boil for. You've got control over the wort, of course, because of the different types of malts you can use. You'd use a base malt and then use some speciality malts to create the malt profile of the beer you wish to create. But most importantly, you don't really need to add any additional sugar, as you do if you buy those tins. If you buy those tins, you really need 2 of them to make a beer that doesn't require you to use pounds and pounds of sugar. And the problem with using pounds and pounds of sugar is that it makes the product, the end product, taste a bit industrial. Even using brown sugar, it's not ideal. Maltose, which is what the sugar that wort contains is just a lot nicer for brewing. If you brew using dried malt extract, that's probably a whole heap better flavour wise. So if you were to use one of those tins and some dried malt extract, but it starts to get expensive. By far the cheapest way to do it is to buy the raw ingredients. It's a lot more cost effective, and the quality of your product will go up a notch or two, and your brewing know-how, your knowledge base and your experience will also increase. The experience that you already have will stand you in good stead, no doubt, but it's the next step, isn't it? It's the obvious next step, the transition to all grain brewing. And you've already seen, no doubt, how brewing your own beer improves your knowledge and understanding of beer generally, the beer you're drinking. So being that hands-on with the ingredients, with the malts, mashing in, all that steam, that lovely smelly steam coming in your face, lovely smell of all those malts. Oh, I wish I was brewing. Let me not digress. Oh, oh, it's just lovely. Much nicer than just slopping some hot water on that. A sticky jollop. Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking it. Any form of home brewing is good by me. But if you found you've liked it, you've enjoyed it, it's the next step. It really is. It takes a little bit longer. You might need a bit more equipment. You will need a bit more equipment. A cold box, a bit of plumbing, and the equipment presumably you already have. The pot you need to boil it in, the fermentation bins. So I can't think off the top of my head much more equipment that you would need to make the transition. The old wort chiller, look. Just made out a bit of nothing really. Some Jubilee clips and some hose, coily hose, and a few coils of copper. I think everybody should become a brewer. Everybody. It's such a brilliant hobby, and you're already enjoying the hobby by now if you're brewing from kits. So Give it a go. Maybe do the DME first, and then you can do some hops and play with that. And you haven't got to buy the mash tun or construct a mash tun. Maybe you already are, but if you're already doing that, then it's a mash tun you're going to need, my friend. Oh yeah, and soon. Commandeer a coal box. If you've got any DIY skills, you just need a length of copper and a drill and a few elbows and stuff, and maybe a couple of T-pieces. But it's all down your local hardware shop. It's the sort of thing. It's not been properly reassembled after it was last cleaned. But you get the idea. There's holes drilled. It's just a sort of matrix that would then connect to such a faucet, such an outlet. Just plumbing fittings, all of it. Very simple really. And this is just a standard coal box. And when we used it, we did have to keep topping it up with boiling water to maintain the temperature, because it did lose a few degrees quite quickly. But other than that, it was pretty good. It's not as efficient as my new, more professional one, but it got us off the mark. I'd highly recommend it. You'll save money in the long run, you'll learn an awful lot more, and you'll have a better end product. And if you get it right, you can rival the real ales down your local real ale pub, I promise you. And it's best to start off following a recipe of some sort. I'd say keep it pale to begin with. Keep it pale because you'd have a better understanding of the hops. If you start introducing too many speciality malts too soon, or in too large a quantity, or ones that don't really go that well together, you'll have an awful lot more to learn. Start with pale ale. Get your methodology right. You can do IPAs. IPAs are good, a bit more forgiving, or a nice pale English malt with some Fuggles and some Goldings, something like that, and some nice English yeast. Oh. But in any event, keep it simple to begin with, and I'd say keep it pale, but have a go at all grain. Absolutely, have a go at all grain. You're not going to regret it. It's not going to cost you that much money to try, and you would soon see your money back, I think. And you'll not be drinking all that beer that you put gallons of sugar in. It doesn't taste great. It's quite industrial, and I'd not recommend it. All grain brewing. Give it a go. You'll not look back. Okay, well that's it, guys. I hope this was some encouragement and didn't just put you off. Give it a go. Have fun, and let me know if there's anybody ever watches this and was inspired by it. Please let me know. I'm just sitting here in the dark. Well, actually, it's quite light, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'd love to know. Anyway, good luck, and cheery bye.